who's orchestrating this? Like, where is this coming from? Because it feels like a foreign op, but no, I think it's just coming from the Dems. I think it's coming from, lots of Democrat operatives behind the scenes. I mean, even you think about one of the women in there from New Hampshire, nonetheless, my wonderful state, going right down the tubes. Jake Sullivan's wife, Maggie Goodlander. It's Jake Sullivan, former NSC, the guy that actually thought that he had the Middle East totally under control, like just days before the horror in Israel back in October. I mean, wow. Okay, so she's part of this. You get the CIA lady part of it. And this is not a good situation. And my friend Jesse Waters, former colleague over on Fox, had a good take on this. He's kind of in my camp because he's of the view that this is very deliberate, that this is a very deliberate attempt to scare the American public into something. Like they want you to believe something really, really, really crazy. Here we go.
I talked to two CIA officers who said that this is a part of a larger hoax. And what they're doing here is they're trying to condition the country to prepare for something bad that's about to happen at the hands of Donald Trump. It's straight out of the CIA playbook. It's a destabilization operation where you get people to mistrust each other. And you do this because she's an analyst. And as an analyst, she would make sure what propaganda operations were successful, which ones weren't. So she knows what works. So the first part of the video, you established authority. I'm CIA, I'm military, you need to trust us. Second part of the video, they introduce the threat. And the threat's not foreign, the threat's domestic, the threat's Donald Trump. And then at the end, they introduce the solution. What's the solution? You resist, you say no. But they don't give an option. They say this is an obligation for you to do. Now, she is being run because she didn't come up with this herself. She's a Brennan acolyte, and you usually...
Okay, that's actually really clear. And part of why we know that she didn't come up with it herself is because when they pushed her and said on ABC, well, what is it? Do you think that Donald Trump is actually doing anything illegal? And she had absolutely no answer for it. It tells you like there's no there. There's not a lot of substance behind what she's doing. So back to Peace of Mind's point, like who's running the show here? Who's running this psych op, if you would? It's not her. Here we go.
Don't have congressmen and senators doing anything together. They kind of hate each other. So in order to organize this had to have had some sort of handler telling her what to do. And
wow.
It was risky because nothing like this has ever been done in the history of the country. And you can even tell because the media was skeptical and they couldn't answer the question. So they hadn't even been read in on the operation. You see them fumbling and stumbling. And I'm glad that the U.S. military is now investigating this guy, Kelly, because this is what we expect from Donald Trump 2.0. You can't have the deep state interfering with a duly elected presidency and get away with it. You got to draw the line in the sand and you have to make examples out of people.
Okay, so I think he's right. I think this is kind of a deep state op. I think that that's a good way to characterize it. And unfortunately, the deep state is totally embedded with the Democrat Party. And one of you guys I actually put the comment up on the screen because you made a very good point and something I was going to get to a little bit later in the show, because we're going to talk about Pam Bondi and we're going to talk about what's coming out in the next 30 days. And that would be the Epstein files, right? Remember, Donald Trump didn't, he was trying to be like sort of gracious. I talked about this the other day too. Like people were like, why didn't he want this all to come out? And I think the reason he didn't want it all to come out is because you have a lot of people that are going to get trapped up in this just because there's like hearsay within some of the documents and within some of the exchanges. And gosh, if you happen to have been at Epstein's house, which is basically all of New York, I guess, except for me, I was a member of the media in New York City, but somehow I never got that invite. Like all of New York, right, is going to somehow get wrapped up in this, and you can find your name there, and even though you had nothing to do with it. And so I think he was actually trying to protect some people, but in the process now that this is all coming out, you're going to see a lot of things and a lot of names, and I suspect, because I do think that Epstein was connected highly so to the intelligence community, there is an effort to, at this point, really take Trump down. And like, this is all their own doing, these idiots, right? They're the ones that decided, we're going to go all in on Epstein. We're going to taunt him and make sure that he releases this. Well, he was like, fine, so be it. Out it comes. And now they're like, oh. And so now look what they're pulling. This is amazing to me. Absolutely, totally disgusting. And yet, exactly who they are.